you are asked to trust a certain process, do you? Or are you like, I need to see it first before I actually believe it? Well, I'll be quite honest. Usually I'm one of those persons who wants to see, taste, touch, everything. Like, okay, okay, I'm getting it now. And it takes time for me to adapt to something. And basically, when it comes to trusting the process, it's that one word, trust. Who do we trust enough to tell us how the process should work? And are we willing to do what it takes, what they tell us to do? I'm going to give you two very different examples. So when it comes to trusting the process of DHL, the one who delivers the packages, I've learned I cannot trust them at all. So it looks very smooth, and when they don't get there and they don't drop off your package, then they say, oh yeah, we missed you, you weren't at home, and you know what, just let us know when a good window is for you, so which time frame can we drop by, and then of course we're going to come. Well, I've learned not true at all. So especially over here, when you want something delivered in the morning, that's usually done. But since I'm talking to you, when it's my time at night, you can understand that early morning, I'm like, no, I want to sleep still. So I don't want my packages delivered early in the morning or later in the morning or early in the afternoon. And by the time it's end of afternoon, of course, I'm doing other stuff. Well, I don't know if that's of course, but a lot of times I'm doing other stuff. And here's the thing. They say that they knock on the door, they ring the doorbell, but they don't. So do I trust the process? No, I don't. And that's, of course, also the result of what I've done in the past. I learned, hey there, Joe. I learned so many times that people can say one thing, but in order to get it done, it takes all people, all players to play along. And if someone doesn't do his or her job, well, then basically it fails. There are always people out there who don't want to do what's needed to be done. So trust, again. Do you trust the people? Well, like I said, DHL for me is a no-go. For 4 days in a row, I've been waiting for a package now. And I know them because we had that same thing going on like last year. Do you remember during the pandemic when we had to order everything? Well, didn't work very well back then either. So basically nothing has changed. And so in order to make it trustworthy, I guess it depends on the elements you are involved. So when it comes to making certain agreements with other people, or when it comes to agreements with other parties, is everyone involved willing to actually do what's needed to be done? So for instance, quite often when I'm live in the middle of the night, then all of a sudden I'm listening and like, ooh, that's loud music. I can actually hear the bass here and it distracts me. And it's kind of funny because I can sleep at a festival with lots of noise. But when I'm awake and I'm working, I'm sort of in my own flow, in my own vibe. And yes, I can work when I know that I'm at some place where there's a lot of noise and things going on. But when it's just that little bit of noise, then... So, do I trust the process as in, I talk to one, I talk to the other, and then it should be good? No, because I know there's one variable I cannot count on. The young people. And that's normal. We all have been there. We all have been young. And up till the age of 25, our brain is not fully developed, so how can we expect them to just do what grown-ups do and expect, I suppose. I mean, they want to do crazy, and I totally understand them. But does that make me trust the process? No. So when do I trust the process? I do the trust process, for instance, when it comes to someone he knows. Like Evan Carmichael, for instance. So this topic about trusting the process, that's the result of the challenges he's been doing since, I don't know, September, I think October last year. So there are a few steps when it comes to the challenge. And for instance, we do one solo video. We talk about our own product we have for you, or our own free giveaway, by the way, that's about speaking up. And we also finish with it, but we also do 3 lives with other people, and we call those collaborations. And some of you may know, on Wednesdays, I usually do a collaboration with the one who is here and said hello, which is Joe, of course. So, getting back to trusting the process. So, I know that Evan knows what he's talking about. I mean, he's got the numbers to prove it. And that's the thing. So when there's actually evidence there, then we can basically say, oh yeah, that person knows what he's talking about. And he also helped others to achieve the same. Yeah, that's you. Me. So just recently, I started this program with Ted McGrath, and I've got this coach. He's called Coach Dean, and Coach Dean wants me to do and take certain steps as well, of course, which have also been suggested by Ted McGrath. And boy, do I find them hard. Hi, Mariella. If you want to join the discussion about trusting the process, then please come on live. I think you want to do the challenge too, since you're in Movement Makers. And that's the thing. I do believe that a lot of people don't trust the process, either because they haven't seen the numbers or because they get fearful because it's unknown to them. Yeah, let's go. Well, do you want me to invite you, or are you just going to put comments in there? Let me know if you want to get in there. I don't know what's going on at your home situation, but I would love to have some discussions about the whole process thing. So if only you can talk or type, then we can talk about it. So fear, being unknown with what's going on. Those are 2 very huge reasons to say, I can't do it, I won't do it, I'm not going to do it. So here we have Mariella. Almost.
Oh,
Yeah, there she is.
hi,
Hello.
honey. Let me get a cute little. This is me naturally, okay? But I'm about to put a little face on.
Oh, so you look good naturally?
Yes. Hold on 1 second.
Well,
Sorry about that.
I have to get used to me not wearing the stars and having the Kat Von D makeup on.
Yes. You know what? Once you start with these filters, Instagram, definitely there's some wonders on that, and then you cannot go without a filter, unfortunately. Sometimes, because sometimes, you don't feel, I don't know. I like the filters that enhance your beauty. And I definitely will love that.
I like to think that they to believe that they also, I think it makes me recognizable with the stars on the side. So that's why I use it. And when it comes to trusting the process, I definitely trust that what Kat Von D has been thinking about when it comes to makeup and the stars, that it works.
Of course. Of
And
course, don't
Joe
mind me. I'm
says,
trying to situate myself. I'm trying to make me a little salad. So I'm trying to figure out how to. I don't think you can even see it, but I'm up here
yeah, I
trying to
can
make a
see it.
little tomato with that stuff. So I'm situating the thing. But go ahead, lady. In my back, actually, I
Well,
can't move that much. So
that's
go ahead.
okay.
I'm gonna situate myself.
Yeah. So Joe says that you, Mariela, you don't need a filter. You're naturally beautiful.
Yes, I'm sitting down. So don't mind me. I'm gonna cook sitting down because I cannot even move right now.
Okay, so did you hear what I just said? Joe says
um, so,
you you don't need a filter. You're naturally beautiful, Mariela.
thank you for that. I appreciate that, but sometimes when you don't believe it, it can kind of like, I mean, thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yes, we can definitely go on and talking about definitely trust in the process, which is definitely this topic for today. And before I even forget it, because sometimes I like to like speak up before something pops up, if you know what I mean. So
Hmm.
I want basically just quickly, I just wanted to come in. Thank you first of all for saying that. Yeah, you don't need no filter. I know. I'm just I'm so used to it that without it, it just feels like it's not the same. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to come in quickly. I just to be able to be comfortable enough to be able to speak, and then I can concentrate on one thing without thinking about my face and stuff. So that's what basically I use those filters. But talking about trust in the process, definitely I personally think that's one of the hardest thing you can do, especially if you've been working on any type of dream or anything on yourself, especially whether it's if you are with your children, being a better mother, overcoming any type of addiction, um self-harm, or whatever you want to call it, any type of stuff. I think it's very difficult when you are aiming to trust the process, because it's the waiting process that it makes you like not believing on it, that it can come to fruition. Example, we wait 9 months for a child to be born, and that's a process. You don't know exactly what it will be the outcome of birth, because you trust in the process from obviously being pregnant all the way until carrying a child 9 months. And me personally, I can definitely say, an example a little bit of like being addicted and stuff like that. But I can personally say, during the process, me personally, that 9 months, I didn't drink. So to me, like, little wine, 1, 2 cups, to go from that to what I'm specifically using, being having that long of a period, that's basically like self-discipline, consistency, is struggling. You can do it. You giving up on be not being selfish. Basically, an addiction is very selfish, on which you can jeopardize everything. So me personally, if I'm aiming for a goal, in which I always wanted a children, I'm just letting you know like how I think of trust and the process will be. It's a sacrifice that you put on every day to be able to aim to the goal that you are. So basically, either having a healthy child. To me, that's basically is. There are some times where it's the struggle, because you always have to talk to yourself. Reassure yourself. Find other ways and where you can example during the drinking or whatever, either if it was either for like anxiety, or depending on whatever type of addiction you have, to be able to work on it every day and trust the process on where you eventually will aim to get the goal that you are striving to get. So that to me, that basically the process is, because the outcome, working from the beginning to the goal that you're striving, and then creating a beautiful child. So that's basically to me a 9-month period of going through the headaches, going to the doctor's appointment, going to, my child actually, when I was on 5 months, they told me that I had to get rid of her, and like legit on Monday, they told me your child it's not gonna have no neck, it's not gonna have all this stuff. So it was physically and emotionally draining, but for me to be able to trust that process, that my child, that you can, when the baby came out, my daughter, that last one, my baby, so when she came out, that even the doctor looked at her and she's like, oh my God, she is nothing how we told you she will be, because they were gonna say she's gonna have that, because she does have autism, and children do tend to come out, especially if there is already a trigger that says that the children are gonna be certain way. In my head, for me to be able to trust the process that my child will be okay and just work through that without no alcohol, that was a process right there. that going from, being able to emerge and just thinking about myself, but now, trying to be able to be there for my child. So yeah, that is a process. It's definitely a process. So yeah, but I'm gonna let you go too, lady, because you do have a lot of insight. I mean, talking.
Well, I find it kind of interesting what you're saying because you're
Come
talking
on,
about
Bobby.
a number of things. You're
Yes.
touching the process of being able to stay sober and not
Mm-hmm.
drink at all.
Yes.
So during pregnancy, you were able to do it because you knew what you were doing it for. And of
Come on.
course, the question then is do you stop radically with drinking, so nothing at all, or is it like you said, you take like maybe one beer or one wine, all those kind of things. And especially when you're addicted, there's of course a risk when you allow yourself to have like one or two glasses of wine or one or two bottles of beer,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one thing to be said for nothing at all, and there's something to be said for a little bit, so you can control yourself. But I also know that during hard times,
Mm-hmm.
try and not to go into overdrive, because when you
No,
do go in
definitely.
overdrive, that basically it affects your entire system.
It really does. It definitely does.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, so definitely, let me hide her because she's up there with that. But yeah, so definitely that's trusting the process and being able to not do something to harm me, my child, or there is a point where as a person you have to know when to stop. But then sometimes I think sometimes talking about it, and also people acknowledging that you do have a problem, it also help them out. And also I feel that also it allows them to know that, what, she's not able to, example with me, one beer, it will take one beer. I'm already tipsy. So, yes. So basically, my friends, they be like, okay, they know, be like, okay, you know what, no more, okay, water or whatever. So that's the best thing about like people, and actually you speaking out that you do definitely have any problem, or you need help. It's always the fact that people are always gonna be able to know that, okay, we're gonna help you, and actually, like, actually before I used to be embarrassed, but now I'm like, you know what, I prefer better for them to help me than me to relapse, like beyond to the point that I cannot even control myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get it. And you know, when it comes to speaking up, a lot of people are like, yeah, I can speak up, but you know, it's scary and people won't listen to me anyway. But once you
Mm-hmm.
actually understand that people are willing to help you out, when you say, listen, I need you to support me on this because it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
be easy, then a whole bunch of things can actually change. So, and that's the whole thing. It's like,
No,
okay,
oh no.
who's involved, so who can you trust, who's going to help you out?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's all about statistics and numbers. So if multiple people were there
Stay
before
here.
you, then you can sort of assume that it's safe. But then again, there are always the exceptions. And but a lot of people tend to think they are the exceptions and it won't work anyway. So they don't even try. And maybe that's the thing about trusting the process.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try at least and then see what happens. So I don't know if you heard it, but I started speaking about DHL when it came to trusting the process. So they are the the carriers of the packages. Well, I got to learn I can't trust them, and I don't trust the process. The only process I do trust is telling to the one I ordered the packages from, like, hey, they say one thing, they do another, and you need to know. And then hopefully they lodge a complaint to the
Mm-hmm.
carrier, and then hopefully something changes. But you know, that's from a whole different level when it comes to speaking up and also speaking about, say, for instance, addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing. The more complicated it becomes, the
No,
more
this one up
fearful we
here.
get.
No more. No more popcorn. I'm sorry. She just like I went outside quickly and she put the popcorn back again after I just finished. You know, you can't leave it for 3 seconds. So she overdid it, and she's right here with another popcorn ready to go try to use the microwave again.
Mhm.
So I might most likely might have to disconnect the microwave if you know what I mean.
Yes, put a
I'm
lucky
sorry.
key around it.
Yes, but
Yeah, I totally get it. And you know, it's hard when they don't know what they are doing. And of
I
course,
know
when it
she.
comes,
I think she knows. I think she knows. Mine is smart. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. She's just, oh, it's not funny. Whoever's laughing, okay? Because this is more popcorn. She's
well, yeah,
going.
she knows what she's doing, but she doesn't know the consequences.
No, I know, but that's when we gotta be careful because, you know, she was just redid it again, and that could have blown up. You know, it's like, uh, yeah.
Yep. Good.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to like not move and oh no. But
Well,
um
everyone who's watching can understand what you're talking about. I mean, Joe is laughing here. Of course, she's taking care right now of her granddaughter, or she
uh-huh.
was earlier today, who's 3 years old.
So
So,
he
you know,
knows. That's very clever child. You don't have no idea. No idea. But
well,
thank you.
children are, you know, I always say the next generation is smarter than we are.
Oh yeah.
So I
For
really
sure.
believe, and you know, we tend to forget what we were like, but that's of course
Mm-hmm.
children. They are very inquisitive. They have a lot of connections they make in the brain in order to learn stuff. So they
Mm-hmm.
only need to see one thing and then, ooh, I can use it. They don't think it consciously, but they do. So,
Oh yeah,
and
but mine, I turn around and then she already has something going on. No, no
yeah,
more
yeah,
popcorn. No more.
yeah.
But another one, lady, I wanted to talk about is on trusting the process. Also, I was telling you about you know, I did tell you that you know that I had a car accident and stuff like that. With what it calls first, I had a fall. It was a fall that you know it kind of paralyzed my neck, my back, and my neck, my back. No, it's a song. I'm sorry, but no, it paralyzed like this whole thing, and but with trust the process, that right there, unfortunately, also like you also you know how it is from,
Yeah.
you know, being able to walk normally to the point where you cannot even use your body the right way.
Mm-hmm.
The right way. That's yummy. Go with that. You know, that's yummy. I'm sorry, that's yummy. You know
We
the
know that
process.
you're
What we
busy
were talking
with your
about. I'm
baby
so
girl.
sorry. Yes. So
It's
with
okay.
that, you know, being able to trust the process, especially when with physical therapy, you know, after you go through a trauma, which is a different type of trauma, from the car accidents and stuff like that, or like a fall or whatever, your body is never the same. So basically it's very difficult to trust the process at that point, because I personally, I think I've been going through this for, it's going like 4 years, 5 years, and you know when the body, or like after the effects of it, like you can barely move your neck or whatever. So the point is what I'm trying to say is trust in the process to be able to uh go through the physical therapy, or like even the aftermath of being okay for a couple months, which I was yesterday. I was dancing like a ballerina, to now I cannot look. I'm legit like holding on to this house. So I think I gotta go to the doctor. So they're gonna have to give me the
That's
shots,
actually
the
kind of normal.
injections.
It's actually kind of normal when we feel like, hey, there's something we can do, which you haven't been
Mm-hmm.
able to do for a long time. We tend to go and do
Mm-hmm.
too much. We
Yeah, I
want to
think I
take
did it.
advantage of it, like, yes, we
They
can
were
do it.
twirling me around, and I was like a little ballerina, thinking I got it.
Yeah,
Oh God, I'm right now.
and
I'm
that's exactly
suffering.
what our body couldn't handle. So Joe is saying about
Mm-hmm.
her
He's
kids, they are
suffering too.
more advanced and they learn so quick. And about the trauma, I've been suffering with trauma for so long but was not aware of it. And yeah, that's
Mm.
true. So there's mental
Yes.
trauma and there's physical trauma, but both have a big impact on us. And when it comes to trusting the process, I'll honestly say I know the guidelines. So I became a medical fitness trainer
Mm-hmm.
and also a massage therapist to get to understand what's going on. How do things
Mm.
work? I got to learn what do doctors say, what do family doctors say,
I'm in the
and
phone. I'm in the life. So be quiet. There goes my. You know, I'm not even gonna say. Shh, that's your fault. Do not. Mm-mm. You. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the life. Please go figure it out. What you need to do is like you act like you don't know what to do. I don't care because I'm tired of this. I'm sorry.
well,
I'm
when it comes
listening.
to trusting the process, I've learned that we cannot always trust the physicians we're talking to. So they may have studied for a long time, but if we do a little bit of research, are you okay?
No, honestly, with you, I usually, I used to do. They used to do the shots and like at least 14 or 15 of Corazon. So I haven't done that for like 2 or 3 months, and I have a feeling that am I gonna have to do that today? I might have to end up in the hospital. So yeah.
Oh, that's not good. So, are you capable of getting
Oh yeah, yeah. I
standing
think
on
as
underneath
soon
a
as
hot
my daughter
shower?
comes, I'm no, I'm gonna go to the hospital because they're gonna have to give me. You know what kind of drugs I'm gonna
Yes,
have to
I know.
take, unfortunately. But I'm sorry, I don't. Yeah,
Well,
lady,
that's
I'm gonna like cut it short too, if you don't mind.
that's
Um,
okay. And that's
I'm
also
trying.
trusting the process of them being able to
Mhm.
get you out. But
Mhm.
we know that when you're doing too much and you're in that much pain, that you need to stop. So let's trust that part of the process. And by the way, Joe says that your
Mhm.
baby girl is so cute.
I know. Thank you so much. I was trying to do a salad.
Yeah, well, you overdid it yesterday, and I understand it because you felt so good,
Hmm.
and
I
now it
was so
backfired.
excited yesterday. I was like a ballerina. I was like, because I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I actually been putting stuff on the trust in the process, because me personally, I like to like gain all the information that I can, and just to, and then so I can come up with something that I like to examine everything, and then I kind of like put it on, but Mm. But yeah, so definitely. But I just think they tore me too much yesterday. Me
Yeah.
trying to show off on my dance moves now. I cannot even move. I cannot even move my neck now. But no, all jokes aside, yeah, most likely I am gonna go to the hospital today. I have to,
Yeah, I've
because
learned
if
to
without those shots,
use
I can't move.
I learned to use ice cubes. I've got this thing that's called
Mhm.
cooling cream. So all those kind of
Mhm.
stuff, which makes everything relax because your muscles need to relax again. And I understand that
It's the
if they
spasms.
can give you something locally, that will be much better for
Mhm.
you, as opposed to, of course, taking medication which affects your entire system. Oh,
Yeah,
she
because
says
I try
pucker
to
mouth.
self
That's so
medicate.
cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, you need to be, it's good that you go to the hospital and tell them your background so they can check you out and see
Yeah,
what you need to do. So Joe says, get yourself sorted out. You don't need to suffer the pain. So that's why I'm
I
saying
know.
maybe you can
I've been
try
working
also
out of
the
this for a
crushed ice
while.
cubes. Put them in a towel, put them here, do it 5 minutes, and stop a couple of minutes again, and maybe take a hot shower or something. And like I
Yes.
said, I use cool cream, all that stuff. And those are things from experience. That it's
Mhm.
like, and when it comes to process, um, what can be doable for someone else
Mhm.
is of course different for you because you have to be very
Yes.
careful with pain
Mhm.
medication. You don't want to
Yeah.
relapse.
Yeah. I don't. The good thing is I don't. They don't give me pain medications. I don't do
Good.
pain medication. I don't like those. The only thing that I definitely do recommend for anybody is definitely the shots. I don't like shots, period. But
Or the
unfortunately,
corticosteroid shots.
yeah, unfortunately, once you go to the trauma or once your whole entire body is kind of like collapse in like the spasms, like I sometimes have spasms that I can see them traveling, so it's like little snakes coming, like, so it's, and then I have to like kind of like, it's bad, it's been bad, and I'm fighting for this like everything else for almost like 5 years. So I want them to go and, examine me like I want them to do. But unfortunately, everything, trust the process. And I've been trying to trust the process for a while now.
Well, for me, when it comes to this kind of process, I
Mm-hmm.
would try and find out who's the best in its field
Mm-hmm.
and go to that person
Yeah,
because this is also neurological what you're talking
it
about.
is. It's they gave me those things that it shots. Well, I'm gonna have to get on where they put like the I get those things that sticky things, and then I shut that energy out. Like those chakras. It's
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
put
yeah.
it. It's like, yeah. So basically, it's little things that you put on all over your body. So basically, that's what I'm gonna have to do, and then that shuts the nerves. So basically, everything is
Are you
neurological,
talking about
unfortunately.
acupuncture too? The
Everything.
needles?
I've done needles, acupuncture. That's why I'm just waiting for the paperwork to go through so they can do like a full scan, and which unfortunately I have a feeling that they have to go there and do my back. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid that. That's why I've been trying to do the juices, the teas, which you can do that, like the habas, the Epsom salts, with the muscles. I've been doing my stretchings. I've been trying to do everything naturally, but unfortunately, every time that I, go off like 2 or 3 months, then you get this. Basically, I'm
Well,
paralyzed.
it's a result of what I've heard from a lot of people. When they finally feel good, they overdo it. And you're not the first
I
one.
think
You're not
I
the last
overdid
one.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I have a
that's
feeling
the
I
whole thing.
overdid it because I was trying to stretch, like, you want to be able to continue to be able to be doing dancing like a ballerina. So I went, and I guess he tore me too much that I don't know, so now
Well, that's
I can't even twirl around. So, but yeah, as
yeah,
soon as my daughter
that's
comes,
why
I'm
you
going to have
go.
the shots.
Yeah, that's why you go to the physical therapist twice a week. So when
Yes.
things are not okay, they help me to actually improve things.
Mm-hmm.
And but also I ask them for advice, and of course we all know ourselves best. But
Mm-hmm.
it's the combination of talking to the physicians, and
Yeah.
on the other hand the physical therapist. So Joe's referring to something you said a while back
She
after
left.
being
She
fed.
left. I'm okay now. I'm like plastered to the couch now. So, you know, kind of like having, you know, just I'm like, woo, trying to just keep it still for a little bit. But I did a hot bath. I did everything. I just think I did a little bit too much. So sometimes, you know, but I know for a fact, because I was trying to see if I can just be able to, you know, do it without the shots, because once they go in my shots, it's like, you know, it's like 15, 16. That hurts, you know, like
Well,
going
I
every
think
month.
you were getting there.
Yeah,
But you overdid it. So the question is,
I think
what
so.
can you do to not go back to 15 or 16 shots, but
Yeah, I don't
instead
want that because I don't
just
like that.
relax? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
that's why I say use something with warmth. Change it with something cool. So then the blood vessels they start to contract. That's the cold, and then when it's warm again, they expand. So that might actually help. But you know there are a few tricks, and
yeah.
that's why I use the cooling cream and all that stuff. And when it comes to
Yes,
trusting the
I have
process,
like a
I
good one, color cream.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
me
but you
too.
know the process of that, starting all over to walk or all over
Oh
to
yeah,
start.
yeah, it's 1 to 3
But
times.
you know what? You know what I think, but that's why I don't like to, you know, go to the doctors, because, you know, even though they were doing the physical therapy, the shots, but me personally, sometimes I feel like the doctors, you know, end up doing, you know, they basically numb you, but they don't cure the problem,
Yeah,
because it's been almost like 5 years that I've been doing five, 6. I don't even know. I don't want to keep getting shots. You know what I mean? It's basically my neck, everything. You know, and those things hurt.
yeah,
And you know, and that's the problem with everything, because you know, um, I've been waiting for to get approved for almost like a year to get approved so they can do like a whole thing, because you know your body. You know when you know your body, but they do like, no, 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 no. This will do. Yes, you numbing me, which I'm feeling like I'm freaking. Excuse me, I'm strong, but then when that thing wears out, then I'm back
yeah.
to like feeling like I
That's
cannot even
why
move.
I hardly ever take the shots. So when
Yes.
things are really swollen or red, yes, I might
Mm-hmm.
do it. But I also
That's where I
learned
am
that
right
doing them
now.
repeatedly is not going to work.
It's
So
only.
I had to teach myself to do certain things or not do certain things. So a lot of people didn't believe me when I said things are not good with my ankle. Why? Because it wasn't swollen, it wasn't red, because I put it up. But then when they finally did the exams, that they found out that I had a torn
Oh,
ligament and that there was a bone which was on the move. So let's see
but
who
what I'm trying to say, they should like not come to the point where I can like you become a vegetable. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they shouldn't be
yeah
like where you are a vegetable, and where do the point where they like shut you with everything. And that's why we got people that get addicted to pills. I never wanted to do those pills,
yeah, and
because you know
that's what
what?
you
I'm
don't
afraid
want.
that I will get addicted to those, and I'm very
So
addicted person. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not. No, give
no,
me no pills. Just give me you know, the shots,
and
and that. But I think I did
exercises.
it too much. I think I
Yeah,
did it too
what
much.
exercises within limit. So
Yeah,
Regina wants to join. You know,
of course.
Diana.
Sure.
Okay. So I have to warn you, my battery is very low. So
No problem.
um, I might, the light might stop all of a sudden.
No problem.
Um,
If it stops, lady, if the life stuff, I'm leaving too. But if you know, Diana can say 2 words or three, and then we out. I'm sorry, I just can't no more. I'm sorry,
well,
I'll
it's
be
still about
quiet.
trusting the process, right? So as
Yes,
long as
this
you
is
keep to
it. This
that,
is it. Trust the process. You
yeah.
know,
I don't see her coming on. So,
I don't
oh,
think she
she's
wants to.
unable to join. Well,
Okay.
anyway, talking about trusting the process, I want you to trust me in this case. If you have something with cooling cream or you have some crushed ice cubes, put it in a towel, put it on there, and then change it with something that's heated up, maybe hot food, put it on there too. And just try literally to relax. So maybe put something underneath your neck and find someone who can help you, move the joints around and also help you do the right exercise, but within limits. And that's what you need to learn. And then you can start trusting the process of yourself, because
I think that's what I do.
Oh,
I overdo it.
And then,
yes,
and you have to
overdo
find
it.
The balance between, hey, I can do a little bit more, but not too much. And again, I've talked to so many people who did so, because I basically treated all those people. So
I know.
and then we're like, yeah, okay, yeah, you outdid yourself. So, but it's you who knows yourself best. So trust it, and maybe little adjustments can also help. So for my back, for instance, a little inlay sole, which is a little bit higher, really helps. And so are those little things like I talked about with the
I think I'm gonna get me another pregnancy pillow.
Well, yeah, those U-shaped ones.
Yes, I love
they
them.
are great.
Yes, right there, it lifts up right there, so you can be like there.
Yeah, I totally agree
yes,
with
I
you.
can't wait.
And go into groups, talk to other people, and see what they have to say. But yeah, those are very comfortable. So I could most certainly recommend that. And I think the acupuncture could be very smart thing to do. And of course, go to someone who can check you out head to toe, neurologist,
something like that. I beat you at this one today. Yeah.
Yeah. So they can.
Michael was not joining us today.
No, he had some own personal issues today, so he couldn't join.
That's all right.
I was going to go live, but I started a little bit late because my battery was so low.
That's why I was like, I didn't know. I was like, wait a minute. I think I don't know.
Late.
It's okay.
I had to charge the battery in. I can put the phone upside down, but then it doesn't turn the image anymore. So, and because I probably have to find something that I can put, in the wall.
I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to figure it out. You see me, I'm mingling and stuff. But
yeah. So let's trust the process of what people are saying. Use those things that you can put it on the shelf, and then it just charges, and then make it happen. So we have to do a little thing, and then we can get it done. But yeah. I get where you're coming from. So please do something to support your neck. Put something on there which relaxes the whole thing. And take a hot shower. That might really make a lot of difference. Or if you have a bathtub, get in there.
Yes, that's why you guys, unfortunately, you always guys see me in the water. I should have been like a mermaid or a fish, because but the reason I'm in the water a lot is because it's like the muscles. But with that lady, I think sometimes they say like you can't be too much in the water because in management the muscles can soften too much. Am I wrong of this?
Well, there needs to be a balance. So you're
and Marquise is not here. You go. All right. I'm sorry. Go.
2 more minutes,
honey. 5 more minutes.
Okay. So it's about doing the exercises to get stronger, versus also doing what it takes to actually relax it. So when you, for instance, swim, it can it actually can be very hard in your neck, your shoulders, and your back. But then next you just lay down and you just let it go, and that's the balance, the continuous balance. So I guess that's also finding the right process and adjusting it, balancing so it works for you.
Yeah. Well, yes, lady. 1 second, because my daughter, she loves to bother me. Everybody loves to bother me when I'm busy. Not even no time. Yes, she said that that's for you. What is that? And some flowers. She got you some flowers. She said, "Oh, here's for her," and I wanted it to be. But anyways, okay, yes, keep going.
Okay. So I think it's a good thing to be in the best tub if it's not too cold, and do a little something, then relax, but make sure that the temperature is okay for you, especially when
Mm-hmm.
you're just lying there. And yes, of course, you need to strengthen your muscles. That's
Mm-hmm.
an absolute given, but
Yeah.
do it, you know, one step at a
Yeah.
time, not too much.
Yeah, and that's what I put the Epsom salt. The Epsom salt is I love the Epsom salt. I sometimes like put the Epcoliso. It's upstairs. I just don't know what it is. What is it called? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it or remember it because I don't even remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
but
know
I
what I'm
definitely
talking about.
put Epsom salt.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to let you go so you
Me too,
can
because
really
everybody's
relax.
joining me downstairs now. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
thank you so much for joining in, and Joe too, even though it was at the comments. And your friend Diane, say the same thing to her, please. And
Definitely.
we'll talk on if you need, but then not on the Instagram live.
Of course not. But
But
thank you,
you can,
lady.
yeah, you can
And
find me.
yes, so yeah, so that's basically trust in the process. Is basically like one day at a time.
Yes,
Okay, trust the process. Now I gotta go check out who's
and
outside.
don't overdo it.